Aesyle has arrived. Master Bennet, along with her chosen, Eudora. Are they permitted passage?
Regardless of how many times I've been through these motions, the descent through countless spiraling flights of staircase, the murky corridors dimly lit only by the betyless crystals, and even seeing the now parting embroidered doors of a deep russet marble. The anxious feeling before Master Bennet's council is difficult to shake. Our current Master of Pixels is very selective when it comes to which members of our flock are worthy of a personal meeting with him, in his own chambers, no less. It's honestly an honor in most cases, and I shudder to think of the occasions where it is otherwise.
Not a moment too soon. Let them pass. It is always a pleasure to see our dearer Stage 5 representatives.
Wow, we really are having a private council with Master Bennet. It's been so long since I've spoken to him personally. Oh, I hope I don't disappoint.
Ah, that's right. Up until this moment, Eudora hasn't had an opportunity like this. Those tiny, delicate hands are fidgeting so deliberately, and combined with her rapidly blinking eyes that scan the room, I try to hide my own anxiety in hopes of easing hers. As my palm finds its way to her shoulder, I can feel waves of shivers from her, though only for a brief moment. Don't worry, Eudora. It's all right.
Of course. With your guidance, Aesyle.
The Master of Pixels has given you entry. You've no time to dawdle. Go on now.
Eudora recoils slightly from his words as she gives me a glance, her shoulders seeming to tense up again. I give her a gentle nudge forward, motioning for the chamber. Let's go. We don't want to keep Master Bennet waiting. I barely notice the doors close behind us as we enter, as I join Eudora in a silent reverence of the scene before us. You'd have a hard time telling which one of us hadn't been here before, honestly. The whole chamber was a testament to innovations in gaming and those of our organization. From the pristinely kept gold and silver marble tiles on the floor, to dizzying variety of one-of-a-kind consoles and paintings on display across the spacious area illuminated by crystal light, every object has been placed with the utmost care and continued upkeep.
Good fortune has brought you to my chamber once more, Aesyle, and for the first time, it seems, Eudora. I hope that this has not been an inconvenience. I am fully aware of the excessive exercises your team goes through in order to maintain peak performance. My sincerest apologies.
Master Bennet looked up from his desk and removed his hood as he said this, revealing a smile that exuded warmth so welcoming it cleared any doubt I had in my mind. My heart felt completely at ease, and I curtsied in a display of my fondest gratitude. Of course, Master Bennet. It's a pleasure to have an opportunity to be of service to our flock once again. Your scheduling didn't interrupt our practice. We had just completed them for the day, as a matter of fact.
Beautiful.
Isn't that right, Eudora?
It's even more grand than I had imagined. Just think, one day,
Eudora, please, be attentive.
No trouble at all. None. I'm sorry, sir. It's an honor to be here, truly.
Honestly, you need to compose yourself. You're representing me here, and try not to stare so hard.
There's no harm done, Aesyle. I believe Eudora was simply admiring the visage of our founders, yes? These paintings of Atlas and Europa are some of my most precious possessions.
It was true. Following Eudora's seemingly enamored gaze closely, found that she was indeed staring at the two paintings behind the Master's ebony and ivory throne. To the left, A regal Master Bennet Sr. is seen cupping a golden point of light to a Magnavox console. And to the right, Lady Marceline has her arms outstretched in the motions of a loving caress across a mosaic of miniature game consoles from all eras, in the shape of a heart.
Our journey begins with the vision of providence that was so fortuitously bestowed upon my parents. We owe much of what we have to the foundations that they set in place so many years ago. Approach me, Eudora. It has been a while since I have detailed your status personally, has it not?
Not since the incident that
I'm
occurred.
speaking to Eudora, Aesyle. You will have your say soon enough.
Master Bennet flicks his fingers toward me in a dismissive gesture, a motion that causes me to bite my lower lip in shame, while his eyes never leave Eudora, who is now approaching his desk with a reluctant gait, all the while shooting repeated glances of unease towards me at the corner of her left eye.
Yes, I believe so, sir. Although I have been following my appointed regimens of PE cultivation every day.
Master Bennet leans forward in his throne, looking upon Eudora with a raised brow as he seems to be twiddling an object I can't make out in his left hand.
Hold your palms out to me.
Her palms? I can feel a pulsing from his forehead. He's using it, isn't he? Why? He should know that Eudora hasn't...
Aesyle, where was your eye awakened?
My right palm, Master Bennet. I'm sorry. I wasn't aware that you needed another who has been awakened prior to this. I'll make sure to...
I am in need of precisely who you've brought before me, Aesyle.
I've really got to stop speaking out of term, but I'm so confused. As Master Bennet uses the index finger of his right hand to trace along the area of Eudora's right palm, I can't help but wonder what he hopes to find.
Do the dreams still visit you? How great is the frequency?
I do still have those visions. They don't seem to last as long lately, though. I'll admit to also remembering less and less about them. They don't seem to be as vivid anymore, sir.
Master Bennet's finger stops at the bottom of her palm, almost at her wrist. A widening smile seems to hint at an answer he seemed to be seeking as he holds it there.
Excellent. I can feel it here. Yes, in a few more years, there is promise of a magnificent blooming.
Years? Will it really take that long? Even with all of my conditioning?
Now, there's no need to trouble yourself about that, my dear. Mysteries of the other plane have been unraveled in our most recent commune. Before our very eyes, human history in the making. With understanding comes enlightenment. My precious Hyades, and all may partake in its blessing.
The commune actually yielded results. I can hardly take the time to register this piece of news before Master Bennet beckons me to his desk with emotion. My walk ends up becoming more of a half sprint across the room as I take to Eudora's side. Is this true, Master Bennet? What did the court find with the Ark exactly? What do you need from Eudora and I?
I require a potentially rigorous test of the body and mind, beginning with Eudora.
Eudora's face is going through a confused contortion of emotion. If it was possible to have your lips parted in an inaudible gasp, yet attempting to maintain a brimming smile all at the same time, well, this was a great attempt.
I'm ready to face anything you'd have of me, sir, for the cause.
Ah, such altruistic devotion! Truly admirable. I call for you and your sister Hyades, Aesyle, to personally test a new product of mine. You may recall, Aesyle, of your prior duties with Orphine?
He must mean the briefcase delivery. I'd always wondered what the contents were, considering that two unknown men, presumably sent by detractors of our mission, attempted to take it. I do remember the briefcase we delivered, Master Bennet. Why do you bring it up all of a sudden? His smile widens into a grin now, and... what is that? Some kind of small container, but it's so...
This vial is as beautiful as the crystals. Look, Aesyle, look! It's changing colors, just like they do.
You're right. It's gorgeous, Master Bennet, but what is it?
Ether, my dears. Enclosed in this vial are tablets that have the capability of heightening the PE senses and the production of an individual by a proposed tenfold. The first batch is a set of 6, and Eudora will be the first to ingest them.
What? That's insane. Master Bennet, how is this possible? Mother's mead doesn't even have that kind of...
questions that will be answered in due time, Aesyle. You will monitor Eudora's progress over these upcoming weeks. Follow the directions outlined in this report. The both of you. Also, I trust that everything spoken of in this meeting stays between us.
I'm monitoring this? Solely? But how? I mean, no one is to know? What about Keeper Codex? When she conducts any weekly tests, she'll notice for sure.
We won't tell a soul, Master Bennet. This will stay between the 3 of us. We guarantee it. Isn't that right, Aesyle?
Eudora's sudden forwardness gives Master Bennet a brief pause. But I guess it was the reassurance he needed, as he claps his hands in signal for the chamber doors to be opened once more. I give a reluctant nod to Eudora as I slide the rolled-up parcel that I was given down the sleeve of my robe. Eudora stashes the kaleidoscopic vial down her shirt.
Excellent. Then we have come to an understanding. I expect nothing less of our Hyades. This meeting has been adjourned. Bring in the next prospect.
Eudora and I approach the exit as the prospect enters. I've got a good idea who it is, judging by that bulky and stout build through his heavy robes. Well, that and his very peculiar and uneven gait.
Your meeting will now commence. I understand that you're new here, so I'll give you a warning, and one warning only. Don't touch anything in his chambers.
I wouldn't dream of it. We have agreed that I will be on my best behavior.